Ice, Jesus, Christ, sneakers, nice, checks, Nike, IG, likes, swag, vibes, saucy.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? Welcome to another edition of Marriage Porn.
Are you changing it up? I was ready for you to say it. Like, what's up?
Okay, P.O.R.N, pure, open, renew, and navigate. How y'all doing today, guys? We got a special guest here, you see? Yeah, there you go. Look, he
That's
want to
what
talk.
we need his little thing back, man. His, what's it called? His little strap on his pacifier, because that sucker be everywhere.
Yeah, which he's about to go grab right
That's
now.
alright, let him go get it. He come back over here.
Okay.
Jesus.
So, we're on day 2 far as the Love Dare, the book that we're going over. Again, let me show you right here.
Sorry, guys, I'm getting live.
The Love Dare right there. We didn't take the time out to do the marriage evaluation, but we will get it done. Yes, this book right here is the Love Dare. This right here
we got my IG.
This is challenging your marriage for you're doing a 40-day challenge. The second day too challenge was kindness.
Kindness. Right? This is good because I just, kind of read the beginning, and then Brandon read some to me at the end after he was so kind and waited for us to read together, right?
Yeah.
So sweet. So anyways, look at that. So I think kindness is interesting because is it really one thing I thought about, is it really discussed?
Well, not really. I don't think, kindness is discussed in a marriage like that. I think it's one of those things that you expect.
This gum is good, y'all. My bad.
It's one of those things I think you expect in a marriage. You expect the kindness. And with that, it's just pretty much just treating each other well.
Yeah, and one of the things at the end of the chapter it said, isn't kindness one of the reasons why you kind of fell for each other? Which I thought that was a good example because you don't really think of it, because I don't really think like, oh, that was kindness. You just think of someone being nice, someone being pleasant, someone being friendly. So that was interesting that they talked about that. Like, this is why, one of the reasons why you guys kind of fell for each other. One of the reasons,
Yeah.
Because of the acts of kindness. Right.
And so the kindness was like saying that's what you expect for the rest of your life because that's the person you married. So you expect it to be kind. And so,
well, let's start with, I'm just checking out these different filters on IG real quick. So listen, so I say actions, right? The kindness and all that. Because look how it starts. Kindness is love in action. Bam. That's all you really need for this chapter. Like, that's all you need. Patience is how love reacts in order to minimize a negative circumstance. Kindness is how love acts to maximize a positive circumstance. So think about this for my ladies. When you get into a little rebuttal with your spouse and you respond like attitude, cutthroat, rude. I know us Northerners could be like that, as Brandon would say, and be like kind of intense, and you don't mean to, but it just comes out. Whereas you can show kindness in the response on a loving act. So now, Brandon told y'all last time, my thing has been smile and just say, yeah, babe, sure.
So
instead of going in, right?
Right, because day 1 talked about patience, right? So that works together with being kind. So patience, because just for example, it could be that one time that you're in the grocery store and somebody's in the line before you, right? And you like are really in a hurry to go somewhere, or you're really ready to get out of that grocery store or get out of that line, and your patience have to kick in.
Talk about it.
Your patience has to kick in. But the next thing that will kick in
is an attitude.
And what attitude is that? Is that going to be a kindness, aggressive attitude?
Right.
Or kindness, willingness attitude?
Or rude.
Because you can be kind but it can be aggressive kind. So is that really being kind?
Well, is there really such thing as aggressive kind, or are you just being rude?
Right.
Like, well, you try to be kind, but you're coming off as rude.
So what if somebody's in the grocery store, right?
Well, no, let's put it into a marriage episode.
Okay, all right.
Marriage script instead. Let's do that. Let's put it into the husband. Let's say you say something, and I try to be kind, but it just comes off really aggressive. That's not cute.
Right.
Brandon tells me a lot, like, babe, I don't like aggression. I don't like when you do that. Sometimes it just slips out. I don't mean it, but it just, comes out. So you just have to work on how the response of kindness comes out. I know one of the things.
So I give you a scenario. So like, say you guys was about to go somewhere, right? And you're kind of running late, right? And so you're being
Brandon swears it's always me, because he's the last one coming.
And you're being patient, right? You're being patient. This one, I'm going to give you that example of the kindness aggression, right? You're being patient. But that person don't have on their shoes, they don't have their watch on or anything like that. And you grab all that stuff and bring it to the car and say, hey, I got all your stuff, just meet me in the car. Is that kind of kindness aggression? Because you grab their shoes and, usually people want to put their shoes on in the house and now they got to walk outside with those shoes or socks on.
Oh, yeah, that's not.
Yeah, so
I don't know. I don't know.
But you like, oh, I'm thinking so we can hurry up and be there. So I grab your shoes and your watch and your stuff.
But the shoes, though?
Your purse and stuff.
Well, that's not bad. I think that's fine. Anyways, that was not the greatest example.
All right, maybe that's not the greatest example. But I just said kindness aggression. But it is three.
Because the person does have an attitude when they get in the car. Yeah. We've had that happen when we're like, okay, I'm waiting in the car, and I'm, you try not to have an attitude, but it's like, okay, well, it's been a minute. Like, what are we doing?
All right.
So patience going along with the kindness, the words, the action, which is big. It says it on here. What I like about this next thing, it says, patience avoids a problem. Kindness creates a blessing. Think about that, Brandon Barker. Kindness creates a blessing. I've been working on my kindness because I sometimes be wanting to go in on certain scenarios with B, and I'm just like, you know what? Let me be kind. Like this said on here, you do things without expecting rewards. You know what? He's tired. I'll take care of the kitchen today because he's been working. Even though #moms work at home too with the baby. But people forget that. They just think I've been home and just twiddling my thumbs. But kindness, right?
Right. So I can take this from a male perspective. This right here in a quick.
Did you X this?
No. In a quick little scenario, this is saying, pick your battles. That's the patient part. The kindness is once you understand this battle may not be won by you, and you don't want to go into war with that battle.
Just leave it alone.
Just leave it alone. And the second part with the kindness is the grace that comes in to say, you know what? Okay, babe, we will do it this way. We will handle it this way. We've learned a lot about
grace lately. We've been learning about grace a lot.
We will do it this way. We'll go about it this way.
Whatever you want, babe. Sometimes I know when it's just over, like exaggerated. Whatever you want, babe. But listen to this. Kindness. Where did it go? I just had it. Man, I just read it. Go ahead, babe, so I can find it. I just had it.
But it also said, and I don't want to skip over your part, but it said kindness. You wrote it down in our notes. Kindness have 3 attributes. But
right here, my bad. Sorry. Kind people simply find favor wherever they go. So this is not just in marriage. This is just in general. When you're a kind-hearted person, when you're, we talked about the energy. When you just you give love, you receive love, you show kindness. You get kindness back. I remember when I had a call the other day when there was an issue with some kind of payment. I called and I wasn't like aggressive and like I need this and cursing them out or nothing. No, I was very kind. I was soft spoken. I was gentle, and believe it or not, the outcome was better and more than what I was expecting. So I got like like how we say tenfold. You know, people say you got tenfold.
Yes.
So I got like tenfold with this call. And hey, I got all credits and then free stuff. I was like, okay, we're on the phone. I said, this is nice. Matter of fact, I gotta rate him. He was a really nice customer service guy, but it shows kindness. You know, when you show kindness to your spouse, you'd be surprised when you magically, get a foot rub, or when you magically, if that's your love language.
Yeah.
When you magically get a back rub, or like even yesterday, which I forgot to mention, when I was on the way home from the gym, Brandon called, and his kindness and words were, do you want me to make your plate so when you get home? I thought that was very nice, which I should have mentioned. I thought that was very kind and thoughtful. I thought he was just calling to be like, where you at? You've been gone for almost 2 hours at the gym. You got one of our children with you, So that was a good kindness act.
Yeah.
What were you saying about the 3?
Oh, you had wrote them down. It was the 3 attributes of kindness. I know one is willingness. Well,
it says here. It says 4. It says, let's break down kindness into 4 basic core ingredients. Initiative, which is huge. Here, hold this. You gotta get him. Initiative. You gotta hold the book down. Initiative, gentleness, helpfulness, and willingness.
Yes. So initiative, that's very important. That right there is that sets the tone a lot, because to take initiative of a situation and being kind, that takes a lot of willpower to actually take the initiative to do something in a kindness matter, without somebody telling you.
Right. That's the number one thing. I think it's huge, especially with marriage. Like, your spouse, and then discussing with me and Brandon, the spouse shouldn't always have to tell you. Like, Brandon shouldn't always have to tell me to make his plate on the way home. It should be a kindness act as his wife to initiate. Like, you know what? Sometimes I'll call and I'll say, hey, how hungry are you? Are you ready for your plate? Because I've learned my lesson throughout the years to not just assume that, I got to make his plate and he's ready. He about to go kick. He's about to get on my nerves, y'all. So I don't want to assume that, he wants a plate. But I'll call him and say, hey, babe, are you hungry? You want me to warm up your plate? Hold on. Go ahead, man. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, so she'll do something like that. And like it says in the book,
Initiate.
it says no request is required. So right there, that says it all. No request is required to take initiative to be kind. Right there, that's just something that you do out of your heart, out of your mind. You didn't even think about it. It's just your love language. It's your love that you are presenting without nobody asking you to move, take 2 steps forward or anything like that. Go ahead.
Let me ask you, babe. Is there a difference with initiative, with kindness and love, like you just said, or initiative just to get your spouse out the way?
No, I think it's...
Can we talk about that?
I don't think it's an initiative to get your spouse out the way, but I think when you do things...
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, and I think when you take initiative, you kind of set things in order. You kind of set the tone of some certain things.
But that's when it's a kindness way.
Yeah.
There's some cases that I know you've said to me sometimes, like, I'm just doing this to get you out the way and out my ear. And I'd be like, Dick, that wasn't very friendly. Like, why is it gotta be all that? Why you can't just do it out of love?
I think because then it's pretending the type of situation that it is. If you're at that frustrated point and because every day is not going to be peaches and cream. Come on, you're going to be frustrated some days. And so some days it might come out like, yeah, I want to go ahead and do this so I can get you out of the way. And it's not being mean, but it's like, look, I want to do this so I can handle other stuff.
So why don't you just say that versus making your wife feel bad when you say, I want to get you out the way?
Well,
have you thought about that?
Maybe it's the way it's delivered. Get you out the way. It's
so
like,
have you considered, like we're saying right now, maybe that's not the kindest thing to say?
Well, see, you take it that way. See,
that's what matters.
Yeah, but see, I get it, but you can't take
There's
that
no
word.
But. There's no but. Look, if I'm feeling like you just like, let me just dismiss her, get her out my way. It's like, what way? Like, is it that bad?
All right, scenario. Ding, ding. I like bring my scenarios in, right? We at the grocery store counter. Scenario, right?
I thought I was live this whole time.
We at the grocery store counter, right? Scenario, right? And the customer in front of you forgot something, but they got a whole bunch of stuff, right?
Hey guys.
Hey, they run back to the aisle and they take it a little bit longer than others. And a person say, "Hey, you only got a few things. Let me ring you up to get you out the way." That's the type of sense of get you out the way that I mean. It's
so
not like.
So this is what the ladies are gonna say on the call. So you're comparing an employee at the grocery store registering someone out to my spouse telling me, "Let me just do this to get you out my way."
No. What I'm saying
if you're trying to explain it in that way, maybe you should not say that because we're not at the register.
No,
right
we're
now.
not. But what I'm saying is to go ahead and handle you first.
So maybe say it differently. What's so hard about that?
Okay, so this is when verbiage,
kindness,
verbiage in your marriage really matters. Verbiage really matters in your marriage, right?
Really, it's important.
So
females are emotional humans.
Yeah, but you know, get
men
you out
are
the
just
way.
animals, and you guys gotta be nicer.
Yeah, but get you out the way is not like rude.
It is.
Okay.
I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna ask people. I'm gonna ask marriages.
If somebody
says, sound rude, I'm gonna just get you out the way.
Let me get you out the way.
It's kind of, man.
Let me get you out the way of other things that need to be handled.
That's not nice.
What you mean? What if it's other things that need to be handled? I'm getting
so
you
maybe, like you said, the delivery, you can say the kindness way would be, you know what? Let's get this done to make sure I finish other things.
Okay. Maybe I'm used to that verbiage and I gotta change that up.
Because you say that in other occasions, and I'd be like, "Dang, should I leave the house too?"
All right.
You know what I'm
okay.
saying?
And it also says with this initiative, the kind husband and wife will be the one who greets first, smiles first serves, and forgives first. You know, me and Jen always had a battle about this right here, right?
You're like, I came home, you gotta come kiss me.
Yeah,
like,
so
goodbye.
So when you
bye.
Look, when you come home, right?
I gotta run to you.
Who should be the greeter and smiler and the one who gives the kiss?
If I'm cooking, you can come up to me.
Of course, but
if I'm sitting on the couch and you're right there by the entrance, come to me.
Listen what it says, though. Listen to exactly what it says. The one who greets first. All right, you know I'm coming home. You see me pull up in the driveway. Right. It should be, "Hey, babe, how was your day?" Greeting.
I do. We just don't do the kiss right away because you are a mile away.
All right.
So you can come to me and give me the kiss.
Yeah, okay. But see, if that happens, then it'll get done because you see me pulling up in the driveway, you open the door and say, "Hey, babe, how was your day?" Right?
But I'd be like on the other side of the room or something.
Why?
Like if I'm cooking, if I'm sitting
All
down.
right, see, there goes the thing.
I gotta get up.
No.
Like, "Hey, babe, how was your day?"
See, this is funny. This is a funny conversation right here. I'm glad we're doing this challenge right here because, see, this is the thing. This is the thing. Maybe, here I'm going. I'm gonna be some little sarcastic right here. Maybe you should have got that cooking out the way before I got home. That's what should have happened, right? So it's gonna be funny with it, right? Get that cooking out the way since you don't want to use it with your spouse. Get the cooking out the way so then when I do pull up, you can greet me,
and
right?
Throw the baby out the window.
Yeah. So because if you're at the house and your wife is showing up, you should greet her. I feel that's the way it goes. If you're there, the person that it's like you're welcoming.
So when I came from the gym last night, you came up to me and said, "Hi, babe, give me a kiss. How's it go?" You didn't say shit.
I don't know what I did because I had your plate fixed. I called you
because you came down to stuff in the kitchen.
Well, no.
Uh-oh.
No.
Let's talk about it
because I called you and you played a trick and you like, "I'm still at the gym," and I was like, okay. So I had all the food done, dishes washed, everything ready. So then she was like, "No, I'm pulling up now." I was like, see, she playing games because see, she was like, "Hey, babe, I'm like 5 minutes away. I go ahead and fix your plate." Right. All right, let's move on.
Anyways.
The second thing.
Pointless ending, but go ahead.
Second thing. What was it? What was the second thing?
Gentleness. Let's talk about gentle, kindness, love, all the spirits of the Lord. Holy Spirit, activate. This is so good kindness, gentleness. Come on, take it away.
What it says when the first
gentleness. When you're operating from kindness, you're careful how you treat your spouse. Won't he do it? Never being unnecessarily callous or whatever that means. Harsh. Callous, harsh, mean, rude, evil. I say evil. I'm like, yo, you're evil for that one. But anyways, you're sensitive, tender. Even if you need to say hard things, you'll bend over backwards to make your rebuke or challenge and easy to hear as possible. You speak the truth in love. Gentleness.
Oh man, this is.
We gotta write the words for you to practice.
Okay, so gentleness is
It's a tough cookie for men, I think, because they're raised to be so tough and rough and aggressive and all these things.
Yeah,
oh, man, you about to go away.
I think, and guess what? This is a good challenge right here because with these 4 ingredients of kindness, you got to pick out which one are your weak ones and which one are your strong ones,
maybe
right?
we should write them down and work on it.
Yeah, so I think initiative is like a 50-50 for me. It's
maybe
like
we should ask each other what we think about each other.
Yeah, we can ask that too. I think gentleness is more of a 25%er for me.
25? Well, to work on?
I'm saying what I produce out 25%.
Oh, I thought you meant where you okay, so you lack 85%.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I produce out like 25%.
Like 10%.
Yeah. All right. So, and I think initiative is 50%. I think initiative is 50%. But I think we got to work on gentleness. I think we both still working on that.
Yeah, I be talking rough. I know I do.
So with that said,
the next one is
helpfulness.
What do you think?
I feel I'm like 85% of this helpfulness now. I'm a helper.
So this is the thing when it comes to helpfulness, guys. In marriages, I believe, this is my own belief perspective. When you have kids and babies and things like that, the helpfulness part on the man-husband perspective is way different. They think, Brandon feels... I am over there. I'm not over here. Brandon feels, 85% because he's helpful with the cooking, the dishes, the laundry, that. But when you ask, what about helpfulness with you have 3 kids and you got a baby? What about that? Let's separate it. Let's separate house and let's separate kids. What is the helpfulness on that? That's the spectrum I think marriages should look at. Because if we try to put it together, men are always, I do this, I do that, I cut the yard, I do this, and it's like, okay, but what about the kids? How are you helpful? What are we doing with that?
Well, I think what happens is, like certain things, you got expectations, and I think when it comes to that, you expect those things, and you confuse that with the helpfulness. With expectations, I didn't make one.
Has it had a leche this whole time?
Mm-mm.
Like the whole time, like this whole morning.
No, he had one earlier, but
earlier when? This is helpfulness, right? Helpfulness. I mentioned to make him a bottle before bed, babe. That's why he's upset. But go ahead.
So I think helpfulness, and then I think expectation, because I think sometimes you do stuff, and it's expected, but in actuality, it's really helpfulness to me, because I'll do stuff, and I think that helps in that aspect. Like, okay, so say for instance, I'm cleaning up, whatever. She got the kids, whatever. I think, in my opinion, I'm alleviating some of the stuff that she could be doing. And since she's better with the kids, I allow her to handle that aspect of it, far as doing that. Now, when it comes to certain situations with the kids, I help with the kids as well, but she does majority of the mom duty with the kids. And while she does that, I can help her on the back end as far as cleaning, dishes, or sweeping, or cooking, or whatever type of duties. But again, we can't get that confused with expectations, Because a lot of us think, the expectation of a wife is to cook, clean, and stuff. Or, the expectation of a husband is to make sure the oil's change and all that stuff. So it depends on where your relationship is at in your marriage. You both got different expectations, but when does the expectation is overlooked and you saying, well, I'm just being helpful.
Let's talk about it.
So you're being helpful instead of expecting. And so with that first sentence of helpful, it says being kind means you're meeting the needs of the moment, right? If it's housework, you get busy. A listening ear, you give it. Kindness grace a wife with the ability to serve her husband without worrying about the rights. Kindness makes a husband curious to discover his wife's needs, then motivates him to be the one who steps up and ensure those needs are met, even if his are put on hold.
That's good.
So, right there, helpfulness.
That's good. That's good. Especially talking about on each end, like look for what the wife is looking for. Look for what the husband is needing. I like that. The husband makes curious to discover what his wife needs. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah,
You be asking me sometimes.
Yeah, so like I always do that. Like, what do you want? What do you need? What do you need me to do? Because I can hear the frustration in her voice.
So then the question goes back to initiative, and I think this is one of the topics towards the end. It says sometimes you shouldn't have to ask, and that's why Brandon be like, "What do you need? You didn't tell me this. You didn't tell me that." Sometimes I say, if you see the frustration, you hear it, or you see what's happening, you kind of just laying down, and I'm going through all this, I hear all this ruckus. As the husband, as the leader, as the head, come up, initiate, getting up. Hey, babe, I see you're a little upset, frustrated. What can I help? Or hey, why don't I do this? Or hey, you know what? I got it. Don't worry. I'm going to handle that. Versus me already frustrated, already annoyed, upset, probably irritated. I'm already to the top, and you hear me yelling or this or that. Then to be like, hey, what do you need? Oh, you didn't ask me to, or you didn't tell me to. It makes it even worse, because now I'm boiling, because you're like, are you serious? Like, you don't see what's happening, you don't hear it, you're just kind of oblivious. So I don't know if sometimes the man or the husband, or maybe just I don't know, if it's like a trigger that they just disconnect and it just shuts off, and they just obliviously go to another space room, and they don't even, nothing is happening.
Well, this is the thing.
Cause I'd be like, you don't hear all, you don't see all this.
All right, yeah. So we'll hear the initiative, right? I hear you on the initiative part of the kindness, right? So we should take initiative, but most men, we don't key on exactly what a woman's thinking, because we might feel you need help in this area, and you be like, I don't need help right there.
Well, that's when communication plays a big role in marriage. So one of the huge things that we talked about before is communication in your marriage. Like, that's huge. And because for me, I think some stuff could be BS and excuses. And I tell B, I'd be like, dude, you could have just asked me. Like, you could have just, like, come on.
Well, that's what I do now.
Well, now you're like, what can I do? But that's when the initiative falls apart now. Because now all you're doing is asking every time versus let me be thoughtful and get up and, you know what, babe, you need this, or hey, do you need me to handle that? Maybe instead of asking like, what can I do? Because that's a frustrating question. Like, what can I do in the midst of like chaos in the kitchen? And it's like, what do you mean? There's 1,000 things you could do. What do you want to do? Pick one.
Well,
so maybe initiate a different sentence. And this is for all the marriages, husbands, wives, everyone. Maybe initiating a different way of communication. Because us wives, moms, it's already a frustration with 18 kids and the food and all this and that. Maybe you can say, get up or mention, hey, do you need me to grab the baby, or do you need me to do this? Because by that time I'm gonna be like, no, can you do this?
Yeah.
So you see the difference in asking, initiating the ask of doing this versus initiating the ask of, what do you need me to do?
Well,
because the tone be kind of rough too.
No. What it is what do you need me to do? Because I can do some things and I can take the initiative, but that might not be priority. And you might be like, and it's been certain situations where I did something, you like, I don't need that done right now. And I'm like, well, you said just do something, and I'm thinking this is important. And then I ask you, like, hey, just do anything. I just need help right now. And I help you, but then you're like, what are you doing? And then you be like, that's not like necessary right now.
Because y'all men, I swear y'all got a different wiring. The wiring in your brain, because it could be, watch, let me give y'all an example. I don't have a real one yet, but let me just give y'all one, right? Let's just say I'm in the kitchen. You got one child trying to do homework, one child trying to read, the other baby trying to eat, all these things, right? And then you'll see Brandon grab the clothes on the couch and put it in the room. And it's like, that's what you decided to do? Is that the easy way out? Or is that just you getting me out the way so you can do something? Because I'm like, that's when I'd be like, babe, the clothes been there all afternoon. Like, that could wait till tonight. Like, can you grab the child? Can you get the reading?
Maybe I feel like a clean atmosphere.
Well, do that before the kids come home then.
But see, at that time, it wasn't that type of ruckus going on.
The whole time, there was no ruckus. The clothes wasn't. This is an example because this hasn't happened. The whole time, for example, like he's saying, oh, maybe the house should be clean. Well, then the whole time before the ruckus happened, you should have got it if I didn't get it. Okay. Don't just now get it after when the ruckus is happening. Oh, let me get the clothes. Like, what the clothes got to do with this? Anyways, moving forward, the next one is willingness. Because we got 10 minutes left. So, willingness. This is a good word because you got to be willing to want to do something. You got to be willing to want to get up and do the dishes and clean the kitchen even though you're tired after the gym. That was me last night, by the way. It wasn't B. It was me. I was beat. When I tell y'all I went to the wrong class at the gym, my body could not move this morning. I didn't know what was happening with myself. I went to the wrong muscle builder class, but I stuck by it and I did it and I was in pain. So when I got home after I showered, I wanted to go to bed. Meanwhile, he's watching a movie, baby sleep, and I said, you know what? I'll clean this kitchen. I'll clean the kitchen. I'll do it. A matter of fact, at that time you was, I think, laying down.
No.
Because you cooked.
And I cleaned before. I didn't leave that much of stuff.
Yeah,
so I left like.
So technically, I could have just. But what I'm trying to say, my willingness to let's make it nice, because I know he likes how it looks nice. I could just be like, yo, I'm going to bed, and it is what it is. I'm tired. I'm swamped. Baby sleeping. I'm taking advantage. Early bedtime.
We got a rule in our house at night.
The willingness.
Kitchen's got to be clean
for this guy. Well, the kindness in action was, you know what? I was tired, and I even said to him one of the times, you could have did one of these things, because I did the cleaning and I did the oatmeal. I set us up. He could have kind of did that, but you know what? Bite the tongue, ladies. Fight your battle correctly. And I left it alone, and I went to bed. I was like, man, I'm going to sleep. See ya. Willingness, Brandon. Kindness inspires you to be agreeable. Instead of being reluctant or stubborn, you cooperate, you stay flexible, rather than complaining or making excuses. A kind husband ends thousands of potential arguments by his willingness to listen first, rather than demanding his way. Let's talk about demanding his way. This is what the book says. I didn't say this. The author must know about y'all. Demanding his way. Willingness. Is he back asleep? He's drinking a bottle because poor baby probably starving.
You've been eating food all day.
He hasn't had a bottle all morning. Anyways, willingness. A kind husband ends thousands of potential arguments by his... I don't know what that... Give me an example.
What you said?
A kind husband ends thousands of potential arguments by his willingness to listen first rather than demand his way.
Okay. So, okay, for far as prime example, like last night, like you talked about, you came from the gym, whatever, and I could have been like this. You was like, babe, I'm tired, man, that class wore me out, whatever, blase.
You could have been like, oh, I'll rub you down, don't worry. Go ahead.
Man, this is when that sarcasm comes in.
Go ahead.
We talked about this, right?
Go ahead.
She's good with that, guys. Y'all can see. Anyway.
I'm just trying to help. Go ahead.
That wasn't helpful. Anyway, so when you came in, you said you was tired and stuff like that, I could not listen, and I could have been like, well, I don't care if you're tired, you still need to wash the rest of these dishes in here, or something like that. I could have said, that would have been more demanding. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand you came from the gym and you worked out and stuff, but I already cleaned up majority of the kitchen. Everything's cleaned up besides the stuff that you have, and whatever extra with the other kid, you need to clean that up, right?
Right.
That's what that means. But instead, I just, you said you was tired. I listened to how your workout went. I didn't ask for you to clean the rest of the dishes. You took the initiative to do it yourself.
To get him out the way, because he would rant his mouth, girl.
To get him out the way. Isn't that the word of the day? Get him out the way. All right. So
willingness.
That's what it says. So I avoid a potential argument. Because if I would have said, hey, I get it, you tired, but hey, make sure this is straight before we go to bed.
Too bad, yeah.
You would have been like, what? Like,
right. Why are you watching a movie?
Yeah.
Taking the initiative, this man. So it talks about when Jesus, with the parables, about him being kind to people that were not of his culture, people that were not nice. He still didn't care about what people thought about him or saw. He still showed kindness. Well,
this one
and was willing to help.
Yeah, this was the parable about the man who,
the Good Samaritan.
The Good Samaritan, the one who got the one his own people just walked past him when they seen him beat up, and he just got robbed. Right? He got robbed. He got beat up. He was, messed up. And his own people was too busy to even stop and help or walk by or ask, is he okay? His own people. But the Good Samaritan, not of his nation, came by. And matter of fact, he helped him, put him on his donkey, took him to the place to go get medical help, and paid his debt right there. And that's the way that, God wants us to work. It don't have to be just off of, okay, this person and that. It was an incident, I don't really like to mention the incident, which it was a small incident that happened, and I was like, I'm not worried about it, it's something small, but I'll say this was a situation. So we was taking the bus, right, and we was in Charleston on Monday. We was taking a bus, and the bus driver was kind of rude and said, you got to have the exact change to get on the bus. The girl only had a 20, right? And so I had some change, but I didn't have the change for her. So I was like, girl, I'll pay for you to get on the bus, right? And she was like, no, just take change, whatever. I was like, no, I'm going to pay. Like, it's cool. It's not that much. Whatever. Don't worry about it, right? That's his example, right? I'm not, she was like, trying to ask me, how can I give you money? I was like, look, nah, man, it's all right. It's cool, and you got to let people know that, because some people are not willing to accept and receive things. I used to be a person like that, and sometimes, like, I used to get a lot of things, and I didn't know that, like I said, even reading this book, being helpful, you receive blessings. So I was blocking a lot of my blessings, because I know I helped a lot of people, especially when I worked at my previous job. I helped a lot of people with just mental state, finance, talking, just their mind, their wellness, their body, just praying for them. And I would get like, hey, let me give you this, and I'd be like, no, I'm okay. But I was kind of blocking my blessings when God was like, take it. This
people
is
are
for
offering you help.
Yeah,
that's when sometimes it's hard, and like you mentioned, blocking the blessing, when you're always so kind. And there's nothing wrong with being kind, but some of us are overly kind, and then you get, sometimes people run over you. People kind of abuse that sometimes. I don't want to say they were abusing that from you, but they knew, like, man, he's so kind, let me give him something. And when people are always like, no, if that was the case, I know for a fact if Rihanna wanted to be kind, she would not have taken that $7 to $9 million for her performance.
Right.
And she could have been like, no, you're getting married, I'll be kind and I'll do it for free. No, she got millions because she took her blessing.
Yeah.
That was the blessing. Shoot. What else?
So, a lot of people don't, understand that. And that's just the way God blesses you. Like, people are willing to help you when you're in need, or when it's something that, you deserve.
Right.
You deserve what service you put out there. Your service could just be speaking to people, and God sees that. Long as you are serving,
right,
then God is going to continue to keep blessing you and accept those blessings.
How you gonna serve me? How we doing
I
that?
think you already got served a lot this week.
Tell me. Maybe I don't think there's ever enough of being served. You think so?
You serve me too.
I think it should be unlimited. There's no cap to like how much you can serve your spouse, I think. So listen to this last part. How about you? How would your husband or wife describe you on the kindness meter? How harsh are you? How gentle and helpful are you? Do you wait to be asked, or do you take the initiative to help? Don't wait for your spouse to be kind first. Make it your daily mission. It is difficult to demonstrate love when you feel little to no motivation. Rather, love determines to show thoughtful actions even when there seems to be no reward. You will never learn to love until you learn to demonstrate kindness first. The end. Beautiful chapter. Kindness. Right. Showing love. Don't wait for your spouse to be kind first. It's not a tit for tat. It's not a like I get so frustrated when Brandon said, well, I cooked and I did this and I'm like, great, that's beautiful. You did so good. I love it. Thanks. That's one of my pet peeves when he throws things. I despise it because that has nothing to do with me asking you to help me with this. Like, we're on a whole different subject. Or what if it's days later? That's my number thing. I'd be like, dude, it's a different day. We're not going to go there. But Brandon's working on his tit for tat situation.
I love it. I love how she tells me I'm working on it, right? That's good. You know, it's called self-work. You know?
Self-control, right?
Yes, and self-work.
So for me, though...
My lovely wife, she loves to tell me how I'm growing.
You are. You have been. You've been doing great. Because remember we talked about in the last call with the patience. Love determines to show thoughtful actions without expecting reward. What do you think about that last ending for the last minute we have?
What are they saying again?
What did I say? Love determines to show thoughtful actions even when there seems to be no reward.
I think the reward is peace. Right? I think that is a reward to have peace and some
they're saying like, what if, like, you shouldn't just do it just to assume like, oh, I'm gonna clean this plate because I need her to do this.
No. The reward is peace.
You know, just being kind.
Yeah, the reward is peace. Peace. Everybody loves peace. I don't care who you are. You love some type of peace. You need peace in your life, right? Everybody needs peace, even if it's starting a day off with some type of peace.
He's back in action. Speed it up.
So, I think the reward is sometimes you do something nice or you do something to avoid a situation. That peace is just all you can't pay for peace. You can't. It's priceless.
That's good.
You know.
That's good. Yeah, because definitely doing certain things. I kind of last night, you know, just having peace in the house when I was doing everything. And, you know, you just gotta, excuse me, and, you know, watch some of your thing. I was out for a couple minutes, and I went to bed. Just nice to wake up with the peace of the house. The kitchen looks crazy, babe. What's going on? You know, so that's really much it. I wanted to ask, so y'all like my earrings? I just got these. They're cute. Hey, good Fernando. He's like, what y'all doing? So, but anyway, that's pretty much it. We're right on the dot. We appreciate y'all. What else is coming up? Oh, what's coming up? Let's see. We need to write in this next chapter. Look, do it again. We need to write this next chapter. Fernando's... He's dancing in the background. Look. The next one is love is not selfish.
Okay.
Brandon swears I'll be selfish sometimes. But anyways, because I'm the only child. But anyways, we'll move that conversation for the next one.
Yes.
What else, babe? What else you got going on? Anything else we gotta let people know?
Hey guys, thanks for following us. Keep following us on Instagram.
We're about to hit 1,000, man. Get us through.
Yes. Share, like, subscribe. Again, follow us on Marriage P.O.R.N on Instagram, guys. We're also on Facebook. Look us up on Facebook. You will see our page.
You got him dancing now. You got him
like I said,
here.
share this with your friends, family, anybody that's dating or anything. This is some good information. I hope we brought value to you guys. So I'm going to end it out with this prayer and we're going to be out, okay? Spirit of the living God, thank you for everything you blessed us with. Thank you for this challenge that we're going through, a 40-day challenge in the Love Dare book novelty. Thank you for everything that you're helping us just grow as a couple, you know, and now this is being very helpful in our marriage. And I hope this inspires other marriages to try this dare as well, and inspire them to just really be knowledgeable about being kind, far as initiative, willingness, gentleness, and what else?
Initiative, willingness, gentleness. What was the other one?
And helpfulness.
Helpfulness.
All right?
Yeah.
So
Amen.
Thank you again, and y'all have a great day.
You didn't say Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
But wait, the challenge was to continue to not say nothing negative to your spouse, and at least one unexpected gesture of act of kindness today.
All right.
Y'all could do like 2 or 3 though.
Y'all got it.
Have a blessed one. He's back.
See ya.
Freeze, ice, Jesus Christ, sneakers, nice, checks, Nike, IG, likes, swag, vibes, saucy, yikes. I'm too jollof for your eyes. Them boy, them dada. Boom, bap.